UnderTale. A game played by many, loved by some, and so difficult for others that it drove them insane, but for me, it's a perfect game. There are probably millions of videos about this game on YouTube, but today, I'll be telling the story of UnderTale in my own style. However, since the story is a bit long, I want to split it into two videos. In this video, I'll be explaining the genocide ending, and in the one I'll upload tomorrow, the pacifist ending. I'd really appreciate it if you subscribed so you don't miss them. So, enjoy the video. Our game begins when a girl named Frisk falls into the underground. By the way, a small note: if you name your character Chara, the game gives you a message. The true name, that's why I'll be using that name. After falling into the underground, we open our eyes on a bed of flowers. After walking a little, we encounter a creature that seems innocent, Floey. He welcomes us to the world below and tells us he'll teach us how to survive here. Then the battle screen appears, and Floey tells us to get hit by the incoming friendliness pellets. If you avoid these attacks, something horrifying happens. Floey says, "You know what's going on here, don't you? You just wanted to see me suffer." The game already starts getting creepy, doesn't it? Floey was trying to deceive us so that we die, but because we avoided the attacks, he realizes that we know what's really going on. After this conversation, we get surrounded, and it becomes impossible to escape. Floey laughs maniacally. But just before we die, a woman appears and saves us from Floey. Her name is Toriel, and she is a kind-hearted and gentle person. She tells us not to be afraid and that she will help us. We enter the ruins with her. As we walk, we solve puzzles. A little further ahead, we come across a dummy. Toriel asks us to interact with it and suggests we make peace without attacking. I don't know how a lifeless object can talk, but that's the situation. She especially warns us, don't attack it. Normally, you can get past this by talking, but since I'm covering the genocide ending in this video, I chose to attack. Let me say this up front, this applies to every battle in this video. We attack the dummy and destroy it. Toriel gets angry that we fought and explains that what we did was wrong. Then we continue. While walking, a monster named Frogget attacks us. Although we could have resolved things through talking, we choose to kill him. In return, a trait called love increases. At first, you might think it stands for love, but it's not what you think. It's an acronym that stands for level of violence. Remember that, we'll be hearing it a lot more. We solve a few more puzzles. Then Toriel says she'll return soon and asks us to wait here. But instead, we begin to explore. While walking through the ruins, we kill every monster we come across. Every single one. We show no mercy to any of them. As we continue solving puzzles, when we reach a save point after killing all creatures in the ruins, we are greeted with a message. Determination. You acted with determination and killed every monster, ruthlessly. We reach Toriel's home, eat some pie, and return to our room to sleep. By the way, let me say this now, the pie heals 99 HP. It will be very useful later. The next morning, we try going downstairs. A bit further down, we encounter Toriel, and she stops us. She tells us to turn back, saying she will never allow us to leave. After pushing her enough, we face her at the exit of the ruins. She tells us we've left her no choice, and our fight begins. You'd think this would be the game's first tough boss battle, right? That's what I thought too, but in that moment, we kill Toriel in a single hit. Why? Is it because we're extremely strong? No. It's our hatred. As Toriel dies in agony, she says to us, "You really hate me that much, we mercilessly killed someone who tried to help us. But don't worry, let's look on the bright side. This is just a game. Anyway, let's move on." Afterwards, we exit the ruins and encounter Floey again. He says, "You're not really human, are you?" "No. You're empty inside." Just like me, then he disappears with an evil laugh. We leave the ruins and start walking through a forest called Snowdin. But something feels off, as if someone's following us. When we get to a bridge, we meet a face that everyone, whether they've played the game or not, recognizes: Sans. He seems like a jokester and a likable guy. But is he really? We'll learn in time. After walking a bit, he tells us that his brother is coming and that we should hide behind the lamp over there. But we don't listen to him because we don't need to. We plan to kill his brother too. Just a reminder again, what I'm saying applies to the bad ending. I'm not actually this cruel in real life. Let's continue. After a while, Sans' brother, Papyrus, arrives and asks, Sans, have you found a human yet? Looking at what Toriel said and everything happening now, one thing is very clear: this place is not safe for humans. I wonder what happened to the others who fell down here. We'll learn eventually. After this conversation, Papyrus is so excited that, even though he sees us, he walks away without doing anything. As we leave, Sans tells us, well, I'll be straightforward with you. My brother'd really like to see a human, so, it'd really help me out if you kept pretending to be one. Then we walk off and head to save the game. At the save point, it says 16 left. There are 16 people left for us to kill, and the game tells us this directly. So that's what we do: we go ahead and mercilessly kill all 16. Then, we encounter Sans and Papyrus again. They chat with each other a bit. As you've probably noticed, Papyrus is a little naive, while Sans is someone who understands everything. When Papyrus sees us, he gets very excited and surprised, or at least that's what I thought. Turns out, he was actually surprised by the rock behind us. Anyway, even though the jokes are really funny, let's get back to the story. After focusing on us, Papyrus says he has no idea what we are. From this, we understand that Papyrus has never seen a human before, but Sans knows what humans are. Maybe he's even killed one before. Who knows? Eventually, Papyrus realizes that we are human and tells us to get ready for his puzzles. Then, they leave, and we start following them. When we catch up to where the puzzle is supposed to be, we find them again, but there's no puzzle. Because we don't care about puzzles. There's only one thing on our mind: killing. Papyrus gets upset and walks away, and Sans tells us that if we play along a little, it would make Papyrus happy. We move on and see more puzzles, but we ignore all of them. Like I said before, we don't care about puzzles. The only thing we care about is killing. When we reach the final puzzle location, Papyrus gets angry again and leaves. Sans then tells us, puzzles might have been fun if you had tried to play along. As we continue, we encounter Sans one last time. He says, seems like you're gonna fight my brother pretty soon. Here's some friendly advice. If you keep going the way you are now, you're gonna have a bad time. Then Sans disappears. We continue walking and arrive at a village, but no one is there. Because we killed them all. Ruthlessly. After looting the shops around the area, we finally encounter Papyrus. This must be the hard battle, right? We're about to see how strong this innocent, naive person truly is. At least that's what I thought, because we kill him in a single hit as well. And Papyrus, in pain, says to us, still, I believe in you. You can do a little better. Even if you don't think so. I promise. Then he turns into dust. When we return to the save point again, we see the same strange message: 18 left. At this moment, a child starts following us. A bit further in, we finally encounter a truly strong opponent, Undine. She is the protector of the waterfall region and is incredibly powerful. As we continue solving puzzles, Undine starts attacking us. And let me tell you, this section is really fun. The atmosphere here fits the game perfectly. It has a suspenseful, tense vibe. Anyway, back to the game. We keep moving, solve some puzzles, run from Undine, solve a few more, then run again. Eventually, she catches us, but just at that moment, something breaks the ground beneath us and causes us to fall. As we lie unconscious on the ground, we hear voices. It sounds like it came from over here. Oh. You've fallen down, haven't you? Are you okay? Here, get up. Chara, huh? That's a nice name. My name is. We can't hear the name. When we wake up, there's no one around. So we continue walking, and while doing so, we fight another dummy or two. But Undyne corners us again. I'm honestly getting tired of her, but she's just doing her job, can't blame her. Just when she's about to kill us, the small child who had been with us jumps in front and prevents her from hurting us. Undyne, frustrated, takes the child back and leaves us alone. This little child saved our life. So, what are we going to do for them? A little further in, we meet them again. And now we have a choice before us. We can kill the child. Since we're completely evil, we do just that, we attack the child. Even though they saved our life, we show no mercy, just like a truly horrible person would. Right as we're about to kill the child, Undyne jumps in front and saves them. Then she begins to slowly turn into dust. One of the game's strongest characters dies this way, in an act of sacrifice. But no, she won't give up. She'll live up to her name, and she won't lose to us this easily. Suddenly, Undyne becomes filled with determination, and one of the hardest boss fights in the game begins. This part was genuinely difficult. I was losing my mind while playing. One of the most loved aspects of UnderTale is how hard the boss fights are. They truly push you to your limits. Despite the difficulty, with determination, perseverance, and a bit of luck, we managed to defeat Undyne. Even though it's a tragic scene, the fight was so difficult that I couldn't even react emotionally. After killing Undyne, we exit Waterfall and enter Hotland. As the name suggests, this is a hot area filled with lava. After walking around a bit, we encounter a robot, which leads to another boss fight. We reach a save point again, and this time, it says, 40 left. The game has clearly recognized our thirst for blood and raised the bar dramatically. Eventually, we overcome everything and enter a purple castle. Here, we are met by one of the game's strong characters, Muffet. She's a spider and quite powerful. But our hatred is so strong, we kill even her in one hit. Things are spiraling out of control. Our extreme power has taken over, and it's forcing us to kill everyone. This game is becoming truly horrifying. After killing Muffet, we keep going and reach a place called MTT, a restaurant. We take the key, go into the back rooms, and reach the core. Here, we meet a machine we saw before. It looks like an old piece of junk, but when it sees us, it transforms into a rockstar-style female robot, and the game's second hardest boss fight begins. Or at least, it should have, but we kill her in a single hit too. The game shows us just how much of a slave we've become to our uncontrollable power. With our hatred, we are now stronger than everything. We need an opponent who can touch us, someone stronger than everyone. After killing the robot, we enter a place called New Home. We walk, until we arrive at a house that looks very similar to tutorials from the beginning of the game. We start rummaging through the rooms and find a weapon, the real knife. We've finally reached the end of the road. The only thing left that could further amplify our limitless power was this. After walking around inside, we are met by someone we haven't seen in a long time. Flowey. He tells us that we've finally come home. There's no sign left of his old, demonic self. He's almost like a scared little kitten now. Then, he begins to talk about himself. He says that when he first opened his eyes here, he was terrified and begged everyone for help, but no one ever answered. The king found him crying in the garden. From this point on, instead of just repeating Flowey's entire monologue word for word, I'll summarize it for you since it's very long. Flowey explains that he was once a child, but when he turned into a flower, he lost all his emotions. He could no longer feel love, pity, or mercy. In an effort to fill this void, he turned to people like Ascari and Toriel, but no one was able to help him. He began to believe that life had no meaning and tried to erase himself. But thanks to the save point, he would just wake up again. Over time, he realized he could die over and always return. He tried every possible way of living, met everyone, did everything, but got bored. Until he met us. We were unpredictable. Our determination was stronger than his. At first, he wanted to take our soul, but he failed. So, he changed his plans. Instead of harming humanity, he thought of rising to the surface together with us. But in the end, he became afraid and backed away. Flowey is someone who both understands us and is afraid of us. The conversation ends here, and the moment everyone has been waiting for finally arrives. We are in the final hallway. As we walk down this corridor, the weight of our sins crawls up our spine. And finally, we meet him. Sans. First, Sans asks us a question. Can even the worst person change? Can they be a good person if they just try? But then, in a threatening tone, he warns us. If you take another step forward, you're really not going to like what happens next. Finally, he explains why he no longer makes promises. That's why I never make promises. Especially to her. Referring, with regret, to the old lady, Toriel. And then, the breathtaking battle begins. This fight is truly difficult, it took me almost an hour to win. And throughout the fight, Sans keeps talking to us. He talks about how it's a beautiful day outside, and then suddenly threatens us. On days like these, kids like you should be burning in hell. During the battle, he talks about how he realized we can control time, how people never change, how everything keeps repeating, and how nothing seems to matter anymore. So in truth, the reason we start again from save points when we die isn't just a game mechanic, it's our ability to bend time. Sans realizes this and tries his best to stop us, but he can't hide his hopelessness either. He talks repeatedly about the chance that we could have been friends, that he once saw a spark of kindness in us. But now, he's lost all faith. Eventually, he says he's going to use his special attack, but does absolutely nothing. Because his real plan is to stay in his turn forever, preventing us from ever making a move, hoping we'll give up out of boredom. No matter how hard he tries, our hatred is too strong. Eventually, it happens. Sans, in agony, says his final words and turns to dust. Everything is over. We keep walking, and we see graves marked with hearts. Guess whose graves these are? They belong to the other humans who fell down here. One of them is still empty for us. We reach the final room and encounter the king, Ascari. After everything we've done, he just says a few irrelevant things. Right as he's about to fight us, we kill him. Then something appears behind him. Flowey. He kills Ascari in our place. And then, he starts begging us to spare him. But we never spare anyone. So, we kill him too. Everything is done. There is no one left alive. And just then, someone appears before us. Chara. Not us, the real Chara. From here on, I'd like you to listen directly. Chara says. Greetings. I am Chara. Thank you. Your power awakened me from death. My human soul. My determination. They were not mine, but yours. At first, I was so confused. Our plan had failed, hadn't it? Why was I brought back to life? You. With your guidance. I realized the purpose of my reincarnation. Power. Together, we eradicated the enemy and became strong. Every time a number increases, that feeling. That's me. Chara. Now we have reached the absolute. There is nothing left for us here. Let us erase this pointless world and move on to the next. Now, whether we say yes or no, the end of the world is coming. If we say no, Chara asks us one more time. And if we reject again, Chara says, do you think you are in control? And then, yes, we've destroyed the entire world. We ruined everything. The ones who helped us, who loved us, who treated us kindly. We killed them all. And now, there's no going back. After this point, all that remains is a black screen. If we wait for 10 minutes on that black screen, Chara speaks again. Interesting. You want to go back. You want to go back to the world you destroyed. It was you who pushed everything to its edge. It was you who led the world to its destruction. But you cannot accept it. You think you are above consequences.
Yes, we're given a second chance. Now we can bring everything back. As everything restarts, this is how the game ends. Ah, the video is finally over.
I know you still have lots of questions in your head. If you want to clear them up, don't forget to watch the Pacifist ending video I'll upload tomorrow to learn the full story of UnderTale. Of course, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it.
That's all for today. See you next time.